When will the gold rush end? Sure, it was a bit of a trickle, but once again, Australian men have lifted up the nation by a couple of Aussies backhanding, volleying, serving, getting to the net. Different to us who are just on the net and winning gold for Australia. Finally, someone is taking the load off our wonderful Australian golden women for once. It's getting pretty tight in the pool, Pezza. It's getting tight in the pool. Australia now only 1 gold medal ahead of the Yanks there, but it's now 12 golden medals for Australia and these here Olympics. This show is brought to you by Smith Optics. Use the code FAST for 25% off your order at smithopticsaustralia.com. Pezza, more gold, this time in the tennis. How good?
Mate, how good. Look, it's fair to say the gold rush continues with 1 gold overnight.
But that's for 2 guys.
This is Ballarat. This is Sovereign Hill. The gold rush continues. Yeah. I read this morning, it's the first time Australia's achieved 12 gold medals within 8 days in Olympic history. And that was a stat that I was, I'd marked in my calendar.
Yeah, that's since Stockholm, isn't it? That was in Stockholm.
Yeah, that's right.
But on those Olympics, they actually started on a Wednesday.
Slight equinox stuff. Australia was second for a bit in the medal tally.
Second for a bit.
Second for a bit. Someone wrote in, I think it was Matthew wrote in, said, is that a home final for us? We've locked in second for a bit.
Yeah. It's like the Swans.
But
can they make the 8?
Mate, they're second in every game now.
Yeah.
But yeah, why don't we hear from the fans overnight?
Yeah.
It's just a couple of contributions from people overnight to commemorate our gold rush and a couple of other concerning results.
What a way to start Sunday morning.
I'd never even heard of Ebden and Peers before, but after watching them down the fucking Yanks, I will ride for these motherfuckers at dawn.
Aggressive.
Get that up, yeah, more Aussie gold. Yo!
Huh. So it turns out not only is tennis not the most boring sport in the world, but it does deserve a place at the Olympics.
Matty Ebden and John Peers overnight giving really strong nerds and Julio's energy.
Yeah.
I'm definitely sensing Steve Waugh's hands in yet another Aussie gold.
It's a tug of gold.
Sensing Steve Waugh's hands. Don't worry about that.
Simone does it again. American gold, American bronze. John Travolta's reprising his role in Swordfish. Flava Flav's clocking in. 100 stars, 26 stripes. Donald who? Fuck yeah, boys.
I mean, Trump or Bradman.
I see y'all Aussies won a few more gold medals on Friday in Paris. It's a shame you're still trailing us 43-22 on the medal table.
Why suck rowing? Argus Review.
Yeah. Yep.
Sisters are doing it for them. Wait, what? Came out with one gold medal, did he? About time the blokes started pulling their weight.
True. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Australia. Shit at hockey.
Some excellent Indian chat.
Well done.
As per.
Yeah, top
Golf
tier. Yeah.
at the Olympics.
Uh-huh.
You're fucking kidding. Hang on, J-Day in a medal chance. Let's get around this.
Hey, Pezza. Hey, here goes. Barnesy here. Mate,
just taking its
got
time.
a visceral thought. Olympics would be fucking boring if you guys weren't fucking doing it. Because I work fucking a job where I can't watch the Olympics and get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm up on my way to fucking work, which is shit. But thanks for doing it, because I've been following along, and everyone else is fucking boring except you blokes. So
okay. That's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, cheers, and more gold, please.
That's the mood of the nation.
Visceral.
Here goes.
Especially
I
that
wouldn't
last
say it was
one.
visceral.
I work a fucking job.
Yeah.
Not just a job.
You hear the swear words and you think, oh, God, that makes me wince, and then you have no self-reflection as well.
Well, in the words of Adam Gilchrist, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
Pezza, let's talk about the tennis. Ebden and Peers, two of my favourite words in the Australian language. It's, we spoke at length.
Siegfried and Roy.
We spoke at length.
Is it like
Which one's the tiger?
the double syllable first folled by the single syllable?
I see.
For the next.
I see. We spoke at length about the strength of these two guys at the net. People thought they could challenge them at the net. The serving, the volleying, the baseline play, the
Yeah.
backhands, the forehands,
Yeah.
the drop volleys, the slices.
Mate,
That's tennis,
they
and that's analysis.
Thank you, mate. They roared back from a set down.
Yep, mate,
Yes.
and they were gone in the second set. I thought.
Oh,
Midway through the second set,
it was tie breaks galore. So there was
Yes.
a bee's dick in this.
Yes.
Right. Bee's dick's having a great Olympics as well, by the way. But
good thing they went in the pole vault. More on that later.
I guess it could help. But they defeated Austin Krajicek and Rajiv Ram. Do you remember Richard Krajicek?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just I don't know if they're any relation. Boys, actually. And they're a veteran duo. He goes 36 years old.
They've seen it all.
They go down in the first set in a tiebreak.
Yeah.
The US guys ahead from the off. But it's actually in the third set, which is a what do you call that? It goes straight to a tiebreak, right? So rather than actually playing the whole set,
Yes.
it goes straight into the tiebreak.
Saves time.
Yeah, it's time. It's a time saver.
Yep.
They win the tiebreak in the second set, straight into another
Straight
tiebreak.
into another tiebreak.
And get it done.
Right, and they're dominating that.
It's a super tiebreak. So it's a race to 10 points. Piers claimed a stunning point to make it 7-2, and I'm not saying that's unassailable from there because you've got your breaks and your mini breaks, etc. But there was early defensive work, and they went on to take it 10-8. So the Americans came back, but
Well, I
really,
think they saved 4 match points.
Yeah.
4 gold medal points.
how good is it? Like, because you've got your championship
your
points, which you don't
championship
see very
points.
often.
No,
Just seeing the
no.
letters on the screen.
Yeah.
Gold medal points.
Gold medal points.
Christ alive.
I can't remember which one. I think it might have been Ebden who was wearing glasses, which were definitely not Smith Optics, and they kind of looked like a combination between like your 7-Eleven Servo Sunnies,
Right.
and some Still sunglasses, STIHL,
yeah.
where like you might see your dad put on if he's mowing the lawn or sort of
Right,
trimming the
or if he's
hedges.
welding.
Yeah, shocking shades.
Okay.
Shocking shades, I want to
Okay.
say, but job done. So good for him.
Mate, indeed. They become the first Australian Olympic tennis gold medalist since the Woodies, who took it home in Atlanta '96, of course. When that's when they swept everything. That was a golden era.
Is that when the Woodies first came into prominence in Australian, in sort of Australian hearts and
psyche?
minds? In the psyche, yeah, in the psyche.
I don't think they.
Well, they were already good.
I don't think they launched at the Olympics.
No,
the
okay,
Woodies.
they were already good.
I get the. I mean, they were just ubiquitous.
Yeah.
And because the first syllable of their surname started with Wood.
Yes.
It also gave them a brand.
Yes.
Which made it easy. It's made it easier to package.
Yeah, for Twiggy
for
Forrest.
for like Sports World on Channel 7, etc. Hosted by Bruce McAvaney.
Now, where's Mark? Because we see Todd a lot. He's doing some game show stuff these days.
Yeah,
And a lot hosting on with Wide World of Sports as well.
yeah,
But I don't see Mark a lot.
yeah.
So let us know. If you are watching Mark, let us know where you're at.
Yeah, thanks. What's Mark Woodford doing? And as the boys said afterwards, we became. This is Piers and Ebden, of course, or Ebden and Piers, however you prefer to say it.
Yeah.
We've become one with the clay. He said,
That's like Ghost.
mate. Okay.
It's Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, that's Swayze stuff. Okay. So one of them is a ghost. The crowd helped us out. The crowd helped us out there. So the French behind the Aussies who stormed past the Yanks in this one.
Yeah.
Turned that match around. We're just in disbelief. Our backs were against the wall the whole time.
Yeah, that's right.
Added Piers.
Yeah.
So we're building the narration of what this particular gold medal was. It was a backs against the wall gold medal for old blokes.
Yes, because
A lot of old blokes' backs are against the wall, more in mental health issues, and that's a men's health.
That's true.
Thing
So-
that's an ongoing consideration.
So the two Americans they were playing against, Richard Krajicek and John Rahm, the golfer, they were fourth.
Rajiv Ram, it's almost a Ratch and Ravindra situation.
Yes, right. So they're fourth seeds in the world, and our Aussies I don't think they were rated that highly.
There's no seeds, no seeding.
No, but like I'm talking about in world tennis. Like
Yeah, right.
They are ranked fourth in the world. Sorry, seed's the wrong word.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and then like as I said before, midway through the second set, it looked like they were gone, but they stayed with them and then took them to the
They
second
played
set tiebreak.
they
played
do
the long
play their
game.
best tennis with backs against the wall.
Yes,
at the net.
Yes, and they became one with the clay.
Yep. And so silver and bronze for the US. Bad luck. But
good.
Ebden and Piers. He goes another gold. Just I have become accustomed to like what gold did we win overnight?
Yeah.
I don't ask that because I watch everything live, but but on behalf of the rest of the nation, and I'm glad something came through.
Yeah. It is getting to the point now where I'm looking at my phone a lot. I'm looking up and I'm seeing someone on a dais
Yeah.
with a gold medal. I thought, thanks. next?
Yeah, what's next?
Yeah, what's next?
Scroll.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move to the pool?
We must.
He goes the night in the pool. So we started with the, well, in Australian terms anyway, the 200 IM. And
Heroic stuff.
heroic stuff. Once again, Australia brings home a medal.
Yeah, playing smart.
And it's a smart medal. It's a technicality medal.
Well, within the laws of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, within
You
the
gotta-
laws.
and you gotta play within the
We don't
laws.
make the laws.
Yeah.
I don't think.
So this is Kaylee McEwen bringing home the bronze. We'll get to the gold medal winners and stuff like that next. But she brings home the bronze. She's won a medal in every single Olympic event she's swum in. She continued that record in the mixed relay, which is a hell of an optic.
Yeah.
Summer McIntosh takes home the gold, the young starlet from Canada, good to see, and an Olympic record to boot.
Yes, and becomes the first Canadian athlete ever to win 3 individual medals, gold medals, at an Olympic Games.
Equinox. Kate Douglas is second, and Alex Walsh from the US DQ'd for an illegal turn. Now,
It was a shame, wasn't it? It was a shame.
you don't like to see it.
No.
Okay, first things first, let's get the earnest, solemn, actual thoughts of normal humans out of the
Well,
way.
unless your nation benefits.
And I got to say, you do have to play. It is a sport of laws. Well, actually, rules, I believe. Cricket's the only sport with laws. But you simply can't turn like that.
No.
And everyone knows that. When I was watching with my son Ted, 6, he's like, he spotted it straight away.
Yeah.
So, well, no, she's just gone in the wall. She's got to be on her back to get in the wall there.
Cheat.
Not for me, but
Here's what Thorpe
hey, I
said.
saw
on it.
Kyle Chalmers and Pan have made up as well. By the way.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know what prompted me to say that, but go on.
Here's what Thorpe said. The majority of your body has to be on your back when you touch the wall to be able to then flip over to do the breaststroke.
Yeah. I mean,
That is the rule.
We learned that in kindergarten in prep.
That's right.
Here in Australia, and if it's the sort of advantages that you're seeing the US try and take, given their large concerns over the medal tally.
Yes.
And if maybe you can't fault Alex Walsh, because if you know Kaylee's breathing down the old Gregory Peck there, you're gonna start to
just try and
push
find
the
little-
envelope and find the edge.
Just trying to find little advantages, yeah. You're taught 3 things in school here.
Yeah.
How to turn correctly in the 200 IM. Full body in the back.
Yeah.
How to do back and across.
Yep, and how to tie your shoelaces.
And how to whistle with fingers in your mouth.
Fingers in your mouth, that's right.
To
When you need to call
a
out
dog
to somebody.
or a sheep.
Yeah, because we go to schools on acreages.
Yes.
And we ride kangaroos across the fields.
Up in the old pouch there.
Off we go.
And Thorpe, to finish that quote, said, I've seen Kaylee do it at the World Champs and it changes the result. It changes history. To the point that you mentioned before about Kaylee McEwen has won a medal in every Olympic event she's ever raced. And as we know, she's a racer.
Well, as we saw there, you just simply can't make those mistakes, Alex. She got a gold like 10 minutes later, I think, in the mixed.
In the mixed,
yeah.
Right.
So,
yep.
Okay, 400 mixed medley. He goes
right.
4x1, whatever we're calling it.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. I find it. I wonder if it's like there's something unbecoming and uncouth about it for me. Just the gaps between the fields and the like unmissable conclusion you make that males swim faster than females, and it's like I don't need to see that. Like, I mean, I'm like thank God it's all like Molly O'Callaghan's in the water with fellow women at the end. I'm editing myself as I go here. I wouldn't want to see some 7th-rate man swim our golden girl down.
Okay, what about this as into that exact scenario?
Yeah. So if we flip it, I'm listening.
So let's say Dawn Fraser's in the pool for Australia, right? Okay, and China's coming up from behind and they've got Pan. Okay,
Yes.
So Pan's in the pool and he's just mowing down Dawn Fraser.
Okay.
Gina Reinhart's doing everything she can in the stands, cheering them on.
Yeah.
Pumping some money into the team.
Yes.
Digging up some
Yeah.
old graves. And then
Well,
Pan,
that's what the Indigenous would say.
and
they'd be right.
And then Pan mows down Dawn Fraser to steal gold from our Aussie Dawn.
My God.
And I'm thinking
bring in the submarines.
Well, the French, they actually finished 8th.
Yeah, that's right. Whoever we've got to buy them off.
Because now we've got nuclear subs. So.
Well, if the US don't want them. That was part of the deal. People miss that. The US have got to say, actually not interested anymore. Sorry.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Sacred Sites, Gina Reinhart, and the nuclear subs deal.
Yeah, and BHP.
That's right. And Pan mowing down Dawn Fraser in the pool, not in a car.
I'm not sure what his driving record is.
Yeah.
So then I'd be like, it's a bit
That's not right.
It's a bit women's boxing at these Olympics, you know? Do you
But
know
what
I
if
mean?
Dawn
You know what I mean
held
when I say
off?
that?
What if Dawn held off Pam?
Well, I expect that she would.
Yeah.
Aussie Dawn.
Yeah. She was a racer.
She was a racer.
People forget that.
Yeah, she...
So bronze for Australia in the mixed 100 IM, 400 mixed medley. Just they swim 400 meters and you get there. So
yeah,
kind of a quiet night for Kaylee with the double bronze. Some material to exchange at cash converters or something.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right. Yeah,
but yeah, the team of Kaylee, Molly, Temple, and Yong, USA win in world record pace. By the way, they go second world record for the Olympic meet.
I don't know how often they swim this event. I honestly don't know. They might swim it all the time. But
and so there's records to be broken.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
Is it a real record?
Yeah.
Murphy, Fink, Walsh, and Husk. And so it's a gold back for the US, and Australia might be looking tonight at a couple of events and going, let's look at per capita tables. We're just starting to get into some per capita scenarios.
With that.
What's the state of play?
Oh, should we talk about Katie Ledecky and Titmus race?
Yeah, so I wanted to do that. So 800 free, Katie Ledecky, legend stuff. No comments off the back of that. It's more than Golden Girls stuff. It's icon. Actually, no, Golden Girls above icon, haven't we? We've already cleared that up. I don't actually know if Golden Girls applies to other nations. Nevertheless,
I don't think so.
So Titmus goes with Ledecky for a lot of this race. Important to understand that Ledecky is the heavy favourite. Titmus excelling more in your 400s and your twos.
Yeah.
But so that means that Titmus is silver, where she holds off Paige Madden.
It was a great race, wasn't it?
He's courageous and emotional.
Yeah.
Titmus is emotional later. Arnie's emotional. It was a hunter narrative. You're hoping that Arnie can sit on Ledecky's shoulder, and if there's carrots at the end. Can you sit and are there carrots? Is what you're asking.
Thompson, Rooney, Thorpe, Perry.
Yeah.
Shoulders, carrots.
Just got to sit there, Arnie. Are there carrots remaining? It's her PB with this silver.
Yeah.
So she swam her life out. Now, what I liked about this was when Arnie was interviewed afterwards, which most people will remember for the emotions doth flowing following the end of her individual meet, where she said she did feel a lot of pressure. I think she confessed. It felt like a confession that she'd been holding on to, that she'd felt a lot of pressure. Defending her title on the first night was really important to her. The thing I did like was when I just thought this was subtle, when she was congratulating earnestly the legend in Katie Ledecky and rival. She just said she was trying to find the right words, and she said she's just a champ.
Yeah. Got her.
And then people don't notice this. The people thought she was just blinking. She winked at the camera to Australians because I thought that was an apt description of American swimmers at this Olympics.
Yeah. She also started that quote by saying, like, I'm absolutely buggered.
Yeah.
But talking about, like, her... I thought she thought the same thing with Kaylee. Like, they just looked absolutely goosed. Just in terms of... like, just the physical output is one thing, but then the emotional output just actually must triple that, quadruple that, like that draining of the battery. And it's, like what Ariane said after about feeling the pressure, it is really interesting where I remember, I think it actually might have been Aaron Finch talking about
the swimming.
He was talking about the swimming. No, he was talking about when he played for Australia, or played Test cricket, and he's like, you're like a really good player, and then you get to the very top, and then everyone tells you you're shit. And it just reminded me that, like, I think one of the great things about the Olympics is that, like, these really are just the most, like, normal people, in that, like, there is almost no money in these sports, especially golf and tennis. There's almost no money in these sports where, like, they have to find other means to pursue this career, whether it be support through family or whatever means. And so they...
Mining money.
Fracking, yeah. Whether it be through support of friends or family, or
conveniently raising this 24 hours out from the end of the meet. Until this point, no conversation about it. Bathing in gold. But mining sacred sites of our Indigenous brothers and sisters. Yeah,
like that. They are just normal people that have, like, normal friends and family, and they're not celebrities, except in these, like, 4-year cycles. Like in all these sports, you include, like, Jess Fox in this as well, with, like, how often they have, like, world championships, the rowers, or athletic events as well, athletic meets. They have world championships. No one gives a fuck about them. Like in respect to like the nation. Yeah, I'm obviously being sarcastic, but like, you know what I mean?
No, you're right.
But then you get to the
Olympics.
Olympics.
It's the 8th order item on a news report where the first 4 will be about someone's fucking 2K time trial.
Mate, seriously.
Down there at Cardinia Park or fucking, at Arden Street.
Mate, how big our swimmers are in terms of like in celebrity stakes in Australia, or you include Jess Fox in that as well, flag bearer, all of it. Like, they are so successful, so well known, so famous. You watch them for 15 seconds every 4 years, and you're breathing out of your nose if they don't fucking pick up gold for you. So like, but then when Titmus comes into these events and is trying to defend gold and has expectations, because she goes into favourite for some of these as well. Like, what that must do to you, the weight of that expectation,
given the scarcity of the event.
Exactly, yeah. I don't really think about it until she said it. It's like,
that's what makes it so great, mate. Like, and is a complete polar opposite to like some cricketer in $1 million league popping one up the chute and going, I'm going to get a bat tomorrow. No, honestly, like, I mean, that's a serious point about what makes the scarcity of the event so special.
And the lack of gambling ads.
There is a purity that you wish for, and a hark back to childhood.
Yeah, exactly right.
That spurs you on in some way, and it provides a really compelling contrast to like saturation, organization of sport as an entertainment product that is scrollable, that is on, that is just trying to, as we say, just you in the face every day.
Yeah,
unlike this podcast, which is increasing content too. But that's the way capitalism drives you.
Exactly.
But the Olympics just goes, every 4 years, and you get up on that block, on those blocks, and it's like, man, you got 30 seconds to make an Australian exhale out their nose briefly before they put on their coffee.
And at the same time, if you're lucky enough to have a situation where you can get up in the morning, like a lot of people work night shifts and whatever, like if this was on every year, I'm probably not getting up at 3:30 in the morning to watch the girls and the boys swim in the pool for 3 hours, cheering on gold and getting excited about it. Like what yesterday was especially was fucking amazing. If that was on every like 6 months, like if you were like trying to squeeze the juice or like juice the Olympics as much as possible, it would be on every year in different cities and make more money, and then more cities actually want to host the Olympics.
You could sort of go for a club over country situation. You create franchise leagues. Arnie's swimming for the Chennai Superfish. Chuck that on for 3 months. A couple of minis.
Yeah.
You could juice that.
Yeah.
You could juice that lemon.
Yeah, that's true. I'm kind of into that now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The Chennai Superfish.
Very good.
Sunrises. I think swimmers would like to play for the Sunrises because most of them swim before that comes up.
That's true. Well, Dawn's involved.
Well,
yeah.
Nominative
By
determinism.
name and by nature.
Yeah. That's a good analysis. He goes, I like it.
Do you want me to give you the table?
Just before the table. Actually, no, give us a table, then we'll talk about it.
Okay, so at the moment, in terms of this showdown between Australia and the USA, who's going to finish first?
Yeah, terms.
Australia are first with 7 gold medals, 6 silver, 3 bronze. USA, 6 gold medals, 12 silver, 7.
Don't worry about the other
bronze. And then France is third with 4 gold medals. So literally, Marchand has got every single one of those gold medals.
Yep.
Canada, fourth with 3. That's all some of McIntosh's. And Hungary with 2. So basically, it's 7 gold medals against 6 gold medals. Australia 1 on top. Here's the schedule tomorrow.
Yes.
The women's 50 free.
Yeah. So we got Shayna and Meg.
Yes.
In that they've qualified 5th and 6th.
Yeah. So
respectively.
Sjostrom nearly broke her own world record last night.
Yeah. So Sjostrom won the 100 free. Didn't even want to swim it. A couple of days out from it. So this is Sjostrom's event, right?
Yes, that's right.
But Aussie Spirit come over the top.
And then there's the men's 1500 free. Then there's a men's 4x100 medley relay, and then the women's 4x100 medley relay. I have got no idea who the favourites are in any of those events apart from Sjostrom. But it's just 4 finals, and that's the end of the swimming meet of these Olympic Games.
So US would have to get 2 out of those remaining 3 races.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and I would have thought that the women's 4x100 we'd have a pretty strong lineup in terms of we've got Molly O won the 100 free. and Kaylee McEwen won the 100 back. So we've got 2 gold medalists in the individual events. So I would imagine we'd be a chance of that. Anyway, someone's going to let us know. But anyway, that's on at 3:30 a.m. tomorrow, and that's the last event of the swimming at the Olympics.
Okay. Looking forward to getting up for that. Okay. That's the pool.
That's the pool.
Shall we go into Aussies elsewhere, Higgins, or do you want to talk Smith?
Very quickly, we'll talk about
Smith because they're backing us deluxe.
Smith Optics Australia. Use the code FAST for 25% off your order at smithopticsaustralia.com. We've been talking about the helmets the last few days. You know, you got your protection with your Koroyd and your MIPS. Super safe but super light. Integration with sunglasses is seamless and they look amazing. But, you know, if people are... I'll tell you what, yesterday afternoon, Pezza, it was a glorious day down here in Melbourne. It was a wonderful afternoon. Sun was out, so it might be sunglasses time. Pezza's been wearing the East Banks. That's what Molly Pickham's been wearing. Actually, a bit of news in the surf. It's been flat out there in Tahiti.
Yeah.
It's been very flat, so there's been no surfing the last couple of days.
Controversy over our boys' board as well. I'm going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's been some complaints.
Pezza on the East Bank. I got the Chroma Pops on. Still the most awesome lens technology known to humankind. So sunglasses, lids available. There's also some snow gear as well. All at smithopticsaustralia.com where you can use the code FAST for 25% off your order.
Love it. All right, Aussies elsewhere. Here goes. Let's start with the windsurfing because there's more medals. There's more medallions coming our way. Gray Morris wins silver in the men's windsurfing competition. He finishes behind the Israeli Tom Ruvny in Marseille there. 20-year-old Morris, Australia's first male competitor in the events in Sydney 2000. He finished first in the qualifying series to book his place in the 3-man final guaranteed medal. Okay? He's 100. He's a buck, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a buck. Couldn't quite convert the final. Ruvny with a near flawless race. I think that was courtesy of Fox. I'm reading that. Gray Morris told Channel 9, after the silver, he goes, that was awesome. Best racing we've ever done. That was sick. It's unreal. Yes, it's unreal. I've never felt like this in my life. 20 years of work, really, and this is where it is. Now, let me be clear. He is 20 years old.
Right.
So the work began, presumably, as he popped out.
Yeah.
I was born 6 o'clock on the dot, ready to rock, said the Beastie Boys. The work, that's what he's saying. I'm 20 years old. The work. This has been 20 years in the making. Got to like it.
He hasn't got a fucking clue about hard work and a hard day's work.
It hasn't even started for him.
I've just played sport my entire life. Has that been tough, has it, mate? Shut the fuck up.
See, a couple of third graders with some lessons. A couple of third graders used to sit around and listen to sex stories from debauched men
who'd
already lost their families. Yeah. At age 25. I was so excited. He adds, even halfway through the race, I was stoked. It was so much fun. I can't wait for the next one. Asked to describe his week, he says with a laugh, it's pretty good. It's been a fun week. I've never done a regatta like that. It's the most amazing experience you can ever do in your life.
Oh.
That's raw, youthful exuberance.
Yeah.
He's won a silver. Apparently, the 3 competitors had a chat before the race and agreed to make it exciting.
Now that sounds like match fixing.
Yeah, and let's investigate that.
But I think there needs to be an investigation.
Yeah.
In the words of Jeff Tuvey.
First silver since '92.
It's also very similar to Joe Root. Joe Root saying to Nathan Lyon, I like the test, saying, "No more draws. We play for entertainment." Whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah.
But I like it. You know, like I think another part of the charm of the Olympics, Pezra, is you see, like when you see these athletes saying these things about like this life experience that they're having, like you really want to have that yourself, like, and you're never going to get it, you know, like we'll never know what it's like to reach those highs, you know, and that's why you kind of also feed off the lows, because there's always like a yin to the yang, right? For
of course,
for most athletes, you'd say. Some of the
you can't get the yin without the yang.
So some of the greatest successes comes in the wake of devastating hardship.
That's right.
And so, and you just like being taken on that roller coaster, imagining what it'd be like.
Sitting there, exhaling.
Whilst you're sitting there in your 4x2 cubicle at work.
I better do the dishes.
Doing a tax return. Whilst doing the dishes, which is a weird thing. You've taken the dishes to work, which is for an issue. It's an issue. Because now you've got to meeting with HR.
Yeah.
Saying, put some deodorant on, please. And stop bringing your fucking dishes to work.
Yeah, that's right. You have an issue. You got many issues.
You're a school teacher.
Yeah, that is what makes the Olympics great, mate. That was, you bang on. We'll never know that feeling. A lot of very disappointed people there, like people who played in medal matches in golf yesterday at their local club. People who competed in a 1st to 5 mini basketball comp against a 6-year-old son and a 3-year-old son, respectively.
Yeah.
You can generate some of that emotion if you want to.
Well, that's why people play FIFA.
Well, esports is a very, very big.
I'm going to take Accrington Stanley to the Champions League final.
You look like you've taken him to the final with that jacket on today. Just a bit of sideline managerial work.
Invert the pyramid.
Fashion anyway, yeah. So that was Gray Morris. Well done, Gray. Right on, Mozza. Silver. Numbers against names. Water polo, Higgins.
Hey, what a game this was.
Sharks 9-8 over Hungary. I'll just read it out. A boys actually from Matthew. Boysies. The water polo, we're actually legit here. The men just knocked off the 9-time champs and world number 2 Hungary in what is becoming a very familiar style. We fucking compete hard, we celebrate hard, and we look like we have a bit of a chat out in the drink. Brackets, you boys should seriously look at getting the bigger of the Edwards boys on the show. Well, he's a fucking fridge and gets himself in foul trouble every game, but I love the way he goes about it. What I'm saying here is that there's something very Australian in how we go about it. He's obviously an AFL guy.
Yeah, really good.
That makes the water polo very watchable to me. On top of that, if you look at the table, we are by far the stingiest team in terms of goals against. And as we know, defence wins championships. Yep. So all told, when considering the above, I'm now expecting gold from the Sharks. Brackets, I already expect gold from the women because winning in the drink is what Australian women do.
That's true.
And we're already on top of the group there. So, it's pretty much already a done deal.
Yeah, now, it's come as quite a surprise to me how good we are at water polo, as someone that's actually followed the water polo for decades now. Yeah. But this game last night against Hungary was an absolute belter. So they were down 8-6 with about 6 minutes left in the final quarter. They hit the winning goal with 46 seconds left.
Yeah. They had to hold on.
The captain's name, it's an Edwards. I forget his first name. One of the Edwards boys is the captain. But the star is like Nick Porter. I spoke about him last time in goal.
Yeah.
He is a fucking gun.
Yep.
And he lets people know about it as well. So I think too, who wrote that in the name?
That was Matthew.
To Matthew's point, there's definitely a bit going on. There's definitely a bit going on in the drink there with the boys. Led by Nick Porter in goal, who's a fucking jet.
If you choose to do water polo, and this is said neutrally without judgment as a cricket person, but there's got to be a bit going on, doesn't there? Like, firstly, you're gonna have an outsized, disproportionate, natural amount of upper body strength, which will impact the way you socially carry yourself positively and to the point of aggression that needs to be pared back. I'm stereotyping, right?
Yeah, of course.
But then just to be in a sport where you're generally just trying to tread water and also drown others in a kind of micro way. To perform several micro drownings whilst also scratching people with your toenails.
Yeah, and pulling on their togs.
Yeah, pulling on togs, scratching with toenails, micro drownings, treading water. There's always going to be a bit going on in the old cranium there.
Don't let him drink rum tonight, okay? Don't let him drink any rum. Anyway, they guarantee themselves a spot in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Which is just tremendous because they're ranked 10th in the world.
Really?
The Sharks, yeah.
Okay.
And so they've beaten Serbia.
Have they been foxing?
I think they might have been foxing. But they might have been. Aren't you? You're a pool shark, aren't you? If you're foxing at the pool table.
A lot of animals you're trying to meld into the imagery of it.
Yeah, I think a pool shark is someone that goes to like pool halls.
Yeah.
And they put money down the table and then they shoot left-handed, for instance.
Yeah.
And then they start, like the opposition starts potting a couple of balls, misses a couple, and they're like, that's right, I'm actually right-handed. Didn't we just bet $10,000 for this? And then that's a pool shark.
Oh, nice.
I think, anyway. So they knocked off, was it Serbia? They knocked off who's won the last two trying to do the three-peat.
Yeah.
And now they've beaten 9-time. Yeah.
But perhaps those teams are, foxing as pool sharks.
Saving carrots.
Yeah, saving carrots. So Australia's ranked 10th and now they're into the top 8. That's the long and the short of it, right?
And we'll get knocked out and we'll think, it's probably about right. Just had a good run.
Yeah. Nick Porter, though. Don't give him any rums. So that's the water polo.
And we got Rambo.
Yeah, we got Rambo and a couple of Edwards boys who are big.
Yeah.
And they'll have a chat. I thought maybe you could take us through the golf quickly. He goes as well.
Yeah, sure thing.
If you could, you like your golf.
Sure thing. Okay. Now, Jason Day, as mentioned in one of the seat pipes before, he's 5 shots off the lead. after a 4 under par round yesterday,
He's
heading
from Boston.
into the final day. So, John Rahm and Xander Schauffele, who obviously won the gold medal in Tokyo 3 years ago, are locked at 14 under. They're in a battle for gold medal, as is Tommy Fleetwood, who's 1 stroke back. And there's also Scotty Scheffler, world number 1, Rory McIlroy, world number 3, I think. They're both in contention. A couple of good golfers knocking about at 10 under. And then the Aussie Minwoo Lee, of course, had another strong round.
Yep.
4 under to move 3 under overall and a share of 29th.
Okay.
So Jason Day is your shot for some medals, but he's 5 shots back. I suppose there's hope for medal. There's a hope for medal with Jay Day tomorrow, but it's looking like Rahm, Schauffele, and Tommy Fleetwood for the gold at the moment.
Good shout. On to the athletics, if that's okay. Here goes. Now, I'm just asking for some permission here, obviously, and there's a lot of obviousness going on in this show.
Fairly obvious,
as we pad, but and look for words.
And obviously, that's a technique that people use when you're trying to find words,
right.
just to try and keep people engaged in different manners.
The word obvious or fuck.
And if you add a bit of light and shade to your tones, that will make people think, he's got something to say here.
And it's conversational. I feel like I'm sitting across the table and we're sitting at a table. But
I'm these
casually.
guys' friends.
Yeah. I'm in a parasocial relationship where I'll insult them and then they'll get upset. And then I'll go, no, I was just being friends with you, but they've never met you before.
Parasocial. Is the name of the Olympic Village.
I know we're talking about the Aussies. This is the Aussie section, but because the women's 100 is a blue Riband event, I think it deserves greater billing. That is in the first 40 minutes of the show. After doubles, windsurfing, couple of bronzes in the pool.
Minwoo Lee's 29th.
Minwoo Lee's he eagled at the end, but so a wet track for the 100 metres women's final. Here goes.
Yeah.
It's taken out by Julian Alfred from St. Lucia in 10.72 seconds. It's a father looking down from above gold as well.
Yes.
A wonderful story. Yeah. A dominant display. A lot of people had hyped up, in particular the United States, Sha'Carri Richardson. Yep. She was slow out of the blocks.
She was. But she missed a start, didn't she?
As Thorpe, she missed a start.
Yeah.
I love the way Thorpe said that. Missed a start. When he was referring to another swimming race, which was far too long ago to remember, 48 hours or so. Melissa Jefferson gets bronze, but the people of St. Lucia are cock-a-hoop. It's a population of 181,000.
Yeah.
And just noting as well, like I was surprised, raised eyebrows, and there are a few brows to go around on the old peasant lid, that due to the rain, some of the outside lanes were able to run on a dry track until the Olympic rings, but the rest were on a fully wet track.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't strike me as particularly fair or even, but that's the Olympics, baby, and that's life.
The Sinatra song. You mentioned before about the scenes, celebrations in St. Lucia. We've got footage here. This is from Declan Lee on Twitter in Castries in St. Lucia watching the...
look at him go.
Meters.
And she's out in front early.
Yeah, and it's way to go, isn't it? It's way to go, this celebration. Look at these scenes, though. That is so good.
It crosses the line. Look at that. That's pandemonium in the streets of St. Lucia.
Get me a couple of rums and in there in the mix.
How good is that?
Hey, that is so good. Oh,
imagine that's party time.
Absolute pride of St. Lucia there. Yeah. Great stuff from Julian Alfred. Their first ever Olympic medal.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Really good.
And then, it was a USA second and third. Bad luck.
Staying with the 100 metres.
Yeah.
So there's controversy, though. This is from Michael Gleeson with the SMHs on the ground in Paris. There was drama at the track with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Withdrew moments before the semi-finals after being denied entry to the warm-up area because of officious policing of a rule change. So an unknown injury was given as the official reason for Fraser-Price's withdrawal. It is unknown when the 37-year-old five-time and two-time Olympic 100-metre champion suffered the injury. I don't think it's actually an injury because there's a video here emerged from Twitter. So video shows at the moment Jamaican subs refuse access. Listen to this. So
can you translate that?
Yeah. So the situation is that she didn't come in to the gates through an official team bus. And so the people at the gate wouldn't let her in.
Oh, interesting.
And so she's like, I'm out. She couldn't get in because of that rule change. So the rules state that you have to come into the stadium on an official team bus.
Would that be a regulation that they've imposed to ensure that nobody is like? Is it a performance enhancing drug thing or is it a security thing?
I would have thought security before drugs. I'm not sure. I mean, I obviously don't know, but I mean, that's what I read.
Is that? Are we thinking, because this is on the fly for me, that is that loose from Shelley-Ann? Should she probably be aware?
So there's a rule. There's a rule in place.
You'll need to catch the bus to run your race.
Yes. Now I saw also before footage that
she's like, I'm busy. I'll just get my own way.
I'll get my own way in.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'll just get Uber.
Yeah.
So she didn't run the race, and she was in the semi-final. There was like a empty lane in the semi-final.
The saddest of all lanes.
Indeed.
Okay.
Controversy though.
Yeah. All right. On to the Aussies. Sticking with 100 metres because it's just pins and wheels.
Pins and wheels.
Josh has a party and Rowan Browning missed out on making their way through from their heats. So Josh has a party, ran a 10.2. Rowan Browning called his 10.29 a shocker. Still good wheels for me. But with Josh, he knew he had a big task ahead of him to qualify for the semis because only the first three are guaranteed progression. He ran against three athletes with sub 10 times this season, and his PB's 10.14.
Yeah.
Fair gap in the old 100 metres there.
Do you like that the qualification is done through like the racing element, like top three go through rather than just pure times?
Good shout. I do like that.
Me too.
Yeah,
I like the racing.
But what if you're in a fast race?
It's still a running race.
Yeah, you're stiff if and I hate that phrase. I've lived in Melbourne for too long, but you're stiff if you're fourth and you've run like a sub 10.
Okay, here's the thing, as it should always come back to. You're in kindergarten and you're organising running races.
Yes.
And there's too many people to run one race.
Yes.
So you have two races.
Yes.
And so the first race I'm in.
Yeah.
And I come fourth.
Yeah.
But it's actually a faster race.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And yet
that doesn't matter.
You were defeated.
Yeah, I was defeated. I came fourth in the race.
It honours the social element of the race.
Exactly right.
It honours the the hierarchical pyramid that we're all pursuing, where you want to finish the apex predator.
Yep.
How can you proceed to compete to be the apex predator if three people have defeated you in the preliminary events?
You've got no business claiming
like show business.
You got no show business claiming the title of apex predator if you're in kindergarten and you finish fourth in the heat one of the running race.
I am
from the swings to the fence.
Look, as the athletics second week emerges, we are asking for as many tidbits, information, boys actually as possible.
Yes.
Boys actually at gmail.com on that. Paragraph will do. All right.
Paragraph.
Once you get into your seconds and your thirds, there's crow's feet over what around your needs for this. But I'm actually sold on that. I think honouring the kindergarten, the prep element of the Olympics is actually crucial to the purity of the thing. So I agree with you there. Rowan Browning, 10.29. He's had a tough year, Rowan. It's not a bad race. It's not a bad run from him. And Josh, to be fair, he missed out by just 0.04 seconds, which is actually a lot in Olympic terms, in progressing to the men's 100. A lot of that. To the semis, 10.04, Jesus. Abby Caldwell in the 800 repechage in a time of 2 minutes 07. She progresses through to the semi, and she backed up a finishing fifth in her heat in a season best of 1:58.49 15 hours earlier. Katrina Bissett couldn't get it done with 2:02 in the repechage. She was third there, so she can't move through. So Australia will have two runners in the semis in Paris of the 800. That's at 4:35 a.m. Monday. So that's tomorrow morning, Eastern time, with Abby and Claudia Hollingsworth. We'll correct it on the pronunciation.
Claudia.
It's Claudia Hollingsworth. So again, thank you for the boys actually on that, who auto qualified from the heats. So two in the 800 for us. Anything else on that?
Just like with athletics compared to the swimming, one thing you do get is that you get to see the face. Like you get to see the strain of the face, and that is important in terms of creating heroic moments. And
because I think a human, has more experience in moving the body on land than it does water generally as a species.
Yeah.
You can actually understand like the running gait as well of runners. Like when you watch it, you're like, I was watching an Aussie last night or the night before, and I was like, just compared to the others that were on the track, I was like, he's straining. You know what I mean?
Was that Mark Taylor?
It was Tubby. Going. Geez, he's getting a good run at this Olympics. They're allowing him to compete now.
And there's also the threat of always doing a string. You don't get an injury in the pool.
Yeah.
Someone like in the women's 100 meters. Who was it? They came last.
Yeah.
Was also running a 13-second 100.
The veteran. I remember,
yeah. Maybe from the Ivory Coast. I popped a string.
Yeah.
So that can always happen in the track. So again, heartbreak is always available.
That's right.
Which, as someone that doesn't have any athletes competing in the sort of gold medal moments, really, that does add an element of intrigue for me.
And you've got to understand these athletes are finely tuned.
They are
now,
finely
tuned.
tuned
would mean that you've tuned it so well that it's really refined, as opposed to the fine balance between being able to run and popping a string, which is more of a 38, 39-year-old issue.
If you've ever like tuned a guitar string, you just pulled it a bit too tight, you're just waiting it for it to snap.
Yeah, right. In which case the guitar was probably out of tune.
It was out of tune. Yeah.
Or poorly arranged. Now, the pole vault, he goes, World Championship bronze medalist Curtis Marshall, he made light work of his qualification, which is exactly what we want to see.
Yes.
Cruising through. Yep. He cleared 540, 560, 570 in his first attempts, and then passed at 575. He didn't need to jump again. 570 was enough to see him through. 12-man final, 3 a.m. On the 6th of August. So that'll be a Tuesday morning, Australia time.
Okay.
And just reading on Australia's the Olympic team's report on this, he's happy with his technique and form, and just wants to limit the number of jumps he has to do due to an ankle injury that set him back a few months ago. And I'd imagine you could do an ankle. I know you land on some padding there with the pole vault, but fuck, they get up there.
Yeah.
Gazelle stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's seriously up and about gear.
Yeah.
Speaking of the pole vault, there was people might have seen this on the internet. So French pole vaulter Anthony Amirati failed to clear his height of 5.7 meters.
Right.
He cleared his two heights before then, before this unfortunate situation where just the old piece got in the way. But
Christ alive, that's a
as it's being reported, he's got a lot of new Instagram followers. He finished.
Yeah. So a bloke,
I'd say job done.
Perhaps that people would understand. Perhaps that was his dream. To amplify and accentuate the piece, he's like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to embark on a 15-year pole vault career, which it contains its own poetry and imagery and metaphor.
Yeah.
He vaults up there. He ensures the piece clips the bar.
Yes.
Everyone gets the shot of it. And damn it. All of a sudden, Insta followers, 2 mil.
Yeah, and
DMs deluxe.
The word being used to describe the increase in following is a surge. So the Emirati is surging on Instagram. Oh, he was fucking surging when he was going down the pole. And perhaps others will be as well.
Thanks, you guys.
And that's the pole vault.
It's an elegant show. Anything else from the athletics that you want to touch on, Higgins?
No.
Okay. Hockey Roos beat Spain 3-1. All good.
Okay.
We play on, doing well. Boxing, we got that medal guarantee feeling with Charlie Senior through to the semis after defeating Carlo Palam from the Philippines 3-2 in the quarters. So semi-final Friday, 9 August, 5:30. So a couple of days to wait. And that's against an Uzbekistani. Abdumalik Kalikov.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
Surfing, he goes. Just one for you here. Jack Robinson from Australia.
Robbo?
Yeah, Robbo. He's been forced to alter the design of his surfboard before he competes in the semi against Gabriel Medina of great photo fame.
Oh, okay.
After South Korean officials lodged a complaint.
Interesting, okay.
So Gabriel Medina, not from South Korea. Yeah. The Australian surfer usually has a red and white rising sun decal on the bottom of his board. But that is considered offensive in parts of East Asia. And Robinson has been asked to remove it.
Oh. Can someone boys actually mean the reason they would be offensive?
I think there is a report on that, which I will not be able to pull up right now. But
is the rising
I think the rising sun
does that have links to like kamikaze?
It's stuff? It may be a Japanese World War II.
Yeah, that's
symbol.
what I was thinking. Yeah. But let's
boys
just,
actually
let's just speculate about that on air.
Yep. At gmail.com. So,
and what about what they did at Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, well, the rising sun flag symbolizes Japanese imperial aggression and war crimes. Right. So South Koreans have gone any danger. Yeah. I'd be surprised if Jack Robinson from Australia was going like, oh, well, when you think about it, and we didn't get this in our curriculum, but he should reply to that ways.
Saying like, boys, actually.
Yeah. Okay, Jack. Boys, actually at gmail.com vis-a-vis the rising sun on the old board there.
Boys, actually, I like it.
Yeah. So that's all from the Aussies for me, he goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we just do a quick shout out to NordVPN?
Yeah, of course.
You get an exclusive deal with NordVPN at nordvpn.com/TGC. It's a risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the description of this episode. What do you want, Pezza? Sport, entertainment, traveling, shopping and saving money, cybersecurity and privacy. What do you want?
Traveling today.
Traveling, okay. Do not let paid subscriptions go to waste. Access your home content while traveling.
Yes.
You can secure your connection on public Wi-Fi in airports, hotels, cafes, anywhere you go. 6,400 plus servers in 111 countries. Find a nearby server for the best VPN speeds. These are all benefits you get with NordVPN. You can find the exclusive link, nordvpn.com/TGC, in the episode show notes in the description of this show, whether that be on YouTube, on your audio devices, or however you're consuming this product.
Supporting free and open internet, getting the connection that you want to get wherever you are in the world, and doing it securely and safely, essentially. That's all. Sorry for the value.
Sorry for the value.
Look, just going around the globe quickly, here goes. Where do we want to start here? Simone Biles. She's won the women's vault for her third gold medal in Paris.
Shocked me.
And 7th overall. She now sits just 2 gold behind Larissa Latinina. I'm definitely got that right. From the USSR. Who won 9 gold between 56 and 64. Reece McClanahan won Ireland's first ever gymnastics medal by taking out the men's pommel horse.
Oh, fuck yeah, good on.
Anything else around the world for you? There's lots of stuff happened.
Just one more, just in the cycling. So Belgian...
Evenepoel.
Evenepoel, Remco.
Remco Evenepoel, yeah.
So 2 weeks ago, he finished third in the Tour de France.
Yeah.
Or, as I call it, Le Tour. Yeah. Just around the bend in the Seine in the Champs-Élysées. 6 days ago, he won the Olympic time trial gold. Obviously, our boy Pluppy was in that one.
Yeah. Shout out Pluppy. Hope it's going well.
And now became the first man to do the road double. In both races, he finished all alone. Evenepoel won by such a wide margin that he could outlive a puncture with 4Ks to go and still have enough time in hand at the finish to remember not to sprint across the line, but stop dead there and strike a victory pose with the Eiffel Tower in the backdrop. We got image here. You obviously can't see the Eiffel Tower, but there is footage. You can find footage online. Not going to show that here because, we didn't spend $1 billion on buying the rights.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. But it's unbelievable footage.
Some athletes are going to get some great shots.
Oh, mate.
Like at their absolute physical peak. I'm talking about shots that are going to mature like a fine wine. When they're like in their 60s, 70s, grandkids, the shots are not like AI or holograms anymore. They're just the old style photos, a kind of a 2D image. And some grandkids are going to look at that and go like, wow.
Mate, it's going to be the same like in Brisbane. It's like, is that the Gabba?
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly. Just catching this quickly, here goes. Snoop Dogg was at the equestrian and he dressed up like an equestrian athlete. We've got a picture of it here and he's there with Martha Stewart. It's fucking awesome. He says, they asked him why and he said, look, I'm obviously this is Snoop Dogg of that horse's crip walking fame from 2021. I got to get him in a video. So he goes to the equestrian now. He's dressed up the way that he is, as you can see. He says, I'm interested in horses that can dance and I want to give them some carrots and apples. Make sure they're fed before they do their thing. Martha Stewart explained the pair's dressage plan. She said, Snoop called me, says, and she said, and said he knows I know horses and he's a little fearful of horses. She's also a businesswoman, philanthropist, and octogenarian, Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover model. Snoop said, I'm still scared of horses. Stewart says, have you ever ridden a horse? Snoop says, no, I'm scared. And Stewart says, so we're going to do dressage. Unlikely, awesome. I like it. The whole thing's good.
Hey, what NBC are doing with their celebrity entourage, sort of going through in their presentation of the sport is fucking awesome.
Yep. And Call Her Daddy's doing a podcast as well. Just shout out to other networks.
Alex Cooper.
Yeah, if you want to. Networks, you can have podcast support your network. Anyway, LA28, Boys Actually. On the Boys Actually, Henry says, just to finish off here, he goes, boys, a lot of looks good to me being said tonight while sitting in a bar in Croatia watching the Olympics field events. Cheers, Henry. James Wallace says, second on the medal tally. This is James from earlier. Sorry. Looks like we're locking in a home final.
Yep.
Jan Gray says, boys, actually, there's a growing expert consensus, and because we're talking about where humans evolved from yesterday.
Yes, we did.
The growing expert consensus that Homo sapiens, in fact, evolved from aliens. See Warren 2016 for details. Speaking at an academic conference in 2016, noted anthropologist Shane Warne made the point that if humans really did evolve from apes, then why haven't those ones evolved?
Yeah.
Matt said, boys, athletics nonce here, brackets affectionately.
Yeah.
Claudia Hollingsworth pronounces Claudia, not Claudia. To add some tidbits, she turned down a possible career in AFLW to pursue athletics and is coached by the big Mzungo himself, Craig Mottram, safety. Loving the podcast. Cheers, Matt. Last one, Michael says, boys, actually, Bruce is available on ABC Radio. I said, I was talking about Waitley on comms.
Yeah.
I had to get the nod from Kerry Stokes, but he obliged, and he's in Paris doing the athletics on the ABC. All the best. Knew that.
Yes,
was
we did
talking
know.
about the TV.
Yeah.
And look, I got a lot here. He goes, beach volleyball guys won, and rowing. Just finishing off, the rowing was a What's Doing Argus review.
Tough to watch.
Situation. So just shouting out that, not wanting to talk about it, burying it in our closet, and we'll just be back for the next regatta.
Yeah. Sort that out if you're a rower. Get in the pool this morning, get in the drink and row. Sit down and row backwards, okay? Row backwards for the nation. A wonderful Sunday morning for Australia again, Pezza. Gold.
It's a gold rush. One gold rush. Sovereign Hill.
2 gold medals were handed out to Australians in one event.
Yes.
But 2 more gold medals.
Two more over necks.
12.
Two Gregory Pecks have medals around their necks.
That's sensational.
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
That's sensational. 12 gold medals for Australia. Now, tomorrow morning could be the first morning we wake up without a gold medal. I haven't checked that. I haven't done my research. That's not my job here, and that's not your job either. So wake up with us tomorrow morning or in the afternoon, whatever you want to do, and join us here for the morning after Paris. Thanks as always for joining us. See you guys tomorrow. Cheers.